Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Stephanie.
And together we clean homes for free. In today's clean, we're cleaning for a woman with several medical conditions, severe mental health, and what's the rest? We just read it,
You
I
just jumped straight into her story. We're meant to wait for that. Anyway, so we are cleaning her whole house, which is the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and living room. There was also a spare bedroom, which we did originally take photos of, and then we cleared out some of the rubbish, but we didn't manage to get it all, and so we just kind of have left that out of this video. And in the living room as well, we gave it a general tidy and got rid of the rubbish, but that's as much as we got done in the living room. But it's a huge transformation in the rest of the house. And this is the house that we were, when we did our voiceover last week, we were quite excited about this one because
we enjoyed this one more than most of the others.
Because what was it that you said?
It wasn't so, there wasn't so little that you didn't see a good transformation and you weren't satisfied with a lot of the cleaning parts, but it wasn't so much that it was overwhelming and being like, right, okay, so where do we start? What do we tackle first? It was quite good to have that decent mix where you felt like you made a difference, but it also wasn't overwhelming for yourself as well.
Yeah, and on this day, it was a really hot day again, but we're kind of by the coast in this one, so there was like a really nice breeze as well when we opened the windows, so it was kind of good working conditions as well.
I have noticed that when we do our cleans, it's usually a really nice day and it can be raining the rest of the week, and when we're doing a clean, it's beautiful sunshine.
Yeah. Actually, today would be a good day for doing my dream catchers, actually,
because it is lovely today.
It has been raining every day. I've tried to do this, so I'll maybe post that later on today. So one thing that we are going to do differently on the channel is that while the majority of our viewers really like our voiceovers, we have had several comments that we talk too much, and that is fine. We know we talk too much. We enjoy doing it. We're not going to change that. Not everybody likes to listen to two people talking rubbish, but what we are going to do is this video will release on Saturdays as usual. However, we will release an ASMR only video, which will be the exact video just without the voiceover and with the original audio, on a Sunday. So when you get a notification tomorrow to say we've released another video, it is this exact video but without the talking.
And some of the ASMR noises for you.
Yeah, although I did notice when you're in this kitchen, there was like a repeated like buzz noise. I don't know how to describe it. Did you hear it when you were in there?
I think it was from the fridge.
The fridge? No, it was kind of like
because the fridge kept making a weird...
Oh, maybe then.
A weird noise, almost like a release of gas or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the fridge.
So you hear that a lot. So in the first, I don't know, 2.5 minutes of this video, in the ASMR version, there is this repeated noise.
Like
and also when you're in there, I'm in the other room hoovering. So the ASMR might not be great. I've not actually listened to it all, but if you don't want to hear us talking as well, you could mute.
Yeah.
That's an option. Or find another channel, but we would like to have you here.
We appreciate the views, regardless.
So when I was watching this footage of you cleaning this sink, so see those side bits, I was like, oh, please clean that, Danielle. Please clean that, Danielle. Because then you move on to do something else, and I'm like, oh no, she didn't clean the side of the sink. People are going to say something.
Did I go away for a while?
I think you go away and do something else, but don't worry, because when you come back, you do clean it.
Because there was a couple of times I left what I was doing as well to come through and help.
Yeah, because you were kind of...
I was the floater.
Yeah, you were kind of jumping from one thing to another in this one. Yeah, so you hadn't cleaned the side at that point.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no.
Do you know what? I just wanted to give the sink, because it was that dirty, I wanted to give it a really good clean before I even thought about steeping any dishes.
Yeah.
I know, as soon as you steep the dishes and you're filling up and emptying the sink, it gets dirty anyway, but yeah, I just wanted it was really...
It was quite a satisfying sink clean compared to a lot of the other things that we've done in the past.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
So yeah, so in this house, I got there a little bit earlier before you, and so I started clearing the rubbish out of the bedroom, and then when you came, we kind of did you went straight in and started on the kitchen, but then you came and helped me with the living room.
Yeah.
And then while you're finishing the kitchen, I'm doing the hallway and clearing the rubbish out of the spare room. And then I move on to the bathroom, because you give the kitchen a really deep clean and you get all the details done, whereas I'm kind of just floating around the other rooms. And then we did get help again with the rubbish from the same guy as last time, Kyle Best at KB Recycling. So if anybody is in Fife and needs a man with a van, this is not sponsored content. We did pay him to take the rubbish away this time, although he is donating the next removal.
And I'm pretty sure it was at a reduced price.
Yeah. But he's a lovely guy, and he has been helping out his community by helping us remove the rubbish. So even though this isn't sponsored, we do just want to like give him a shout out and show our appreciation.
Yeah. And kindness is contagious, so clearly our kindness is spreading, that we are getting help from the community.
Yeah. What products are you using in this kitchen today?
You always ask me that, and I always can't remember. I want to say elbow grease, but I could be wrong.
Oh, was it maybe the Flash kitchen spray?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, do you know what I think? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Look, you can
Flash.
See it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I always
actually just went and bought some of that for my own.
It smells nice. Yeah. No, the reason I always ask you is because the people need to know.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, I've been watching Still Game, which, if our viewers haven't seen that, that's a Scottish comedy show.
A kind of sitcom? Is that what you call it?
Sitcom, probably. Yeah. It's set in Glasgow, and there's this character called Isa, and she's like this really like gossipy busybody.
Nosy.
And like there's one episode, and I think they've made memes of this, and she finds something out, and she's promised not to say anything. But then she like runs off to tell everybody, and she's like, the people hate to know, or something. I can't say it in her Scottish way, but you try.
No. I'd have to try and do it like in a Glasgow accent, and that would take me a minute to compose and.
I want to hear that now.
Right. No, I'm not doing it. Maybe next week.
I feel like I'm quite good at, if I hear an accent, I can then kind of try and mimic it. I'm quite good at the Irish accent. In my head, I'm quite good at it. I'm maybe not when I actually do it out loud. My friend...
I think I'm quite good at an Irish accent.
Are you?
Yeah.
We'll need to like get a wee recording of an Irish accent, and then like both attempt
I can pretty much do the Irish straight away. Like I can just jump into speaking Irish.
That's amazing! I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't actually know where that came from.
We're so sorry if we're offending anybody who's Irish. But that's my favourite accent in the world, though. Like,
do you know what? I did live in Glasgow for a while, and I've got a lot of Glaswegian family. So I should be able to do the Glaswegian one a lot faster than I am Irish, but
one of our number one fans, Carol Ann, she's from Glasgow.
Oh, right, okay.
So send us a wee voice note, Carol Ann.
Yeah, please.
Let us hear your accent.
I'm actually going there next week. Maybe after I go next week, I can come back, and it's not next week, is it? It's the week after.
I don't even know.
I don't know what day this is. Maybe when I come back, I can be a bit refreshed with the accent.
I always find that if I have spent time around my English relatives,
it's like the Geordie
always, the Geordie always comes out a lot more as well. Like, so my friend Jack from uni, he's actually studying abroad in America this year, but he is the best person at accents ever. Like, he can do any accent that you tell him, and if he hasn't heard the accent before, if he listens to it, he can then do it. And he's so funny because obviously the uni I'm at is a multi-international uni, so there's people from all over the world, and he will adjust his accent whenever he's speaking to a different person because they can understand him better. So when he's just speaking normal Scottish, because he's from Leven, so he's right next to us. Yeah. But when he speaks normal Scottish, people can't always understand him. Or like if I'm speaking to an American or a different accent and they're not understanding me, he's like, let me translate, and then he'll translate what I've said into this like obnoxious American accent, and I'm like, surely that's going to cause them offence, but they actually appreciate it because they can understand what he says. Yeah,
that's a good idea though. Like, speak like them so they understand what you're saying.
It was so satisfying watching you do this. You really get into the nook and crannies
They
of that
were,
microwave.
oh, it was just filled with like dirt and hair. I think
Mhm.
she had cats, didn't she?
Yeah, 2 cats.
So it was just filled with grime and hair, and it was annoying me.
Mhm.
It's these things in life that annoy me. The top bit wasn't, it was just rusty. And when I went to do that, I was like, no, that's just rust.
Mhm.
But yeah. I actually did really enjoy cleaning this house. It was a lot of fun for me.
I quite liked, so when we went on our lunch break, we went down to this little cafe by the water. It was so nice down there.
Yeah.
Like, it was just overall a very good day for us. We were both we had lots of energy. We were
Yeah.
very upbeat. We were enjoying the clean. The total opposite to the clean that we just did yesterday, because yesterday we were both just so drained, and it was a different type of clean. It was one of those ones where there was a lot of belongings and we had to do a lot of organizing. And so I think the more that we're doing this, the more I'm realizing I quite like those cleans where we just go in,
Clear it all
rubbish.
out and
Yeah.
then clean.
Yeah.
It is a lot easier. Especially when you don't have a lot of stuff to like sort and go through, because as much as you don't think that stuff takes a lot of time, it's so time consuming, like sitting down with a few different things and having to go through it and categorize and then find a new place for it. Well, yeah, I think I do prefer the cleans where it is just cleanest, or the people that give you the green light to be like, just chuck it out, just chuck everything out. That, do you know what I mean? It seems like it would.
Yeah. Although
need the bin.
the only ones that have said that have been people with rubbish.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, what was it I was going to say? Oh yeah, we've really been struggling with our allergies as well. Like, why is it that every single one of these houses that we're going to, they have
Has
cats?
cats.
Why does everybody own cats? Like,
And if anybody can give us any tips on, other than antihistamines, because obviously we're taking them, but any tips to help us that could relieve our symptoms.
yeah, because we
cat
are
allergies.
struggling.
Do you know what? I think I'm getting allergic to dogs as well. Like, I have a dog, and the other day I was like playing with him and cuddling him, and I was laying down clapping him, and the whole side of my face started to burn, and
Yeah.
it started to break out like it did when I emptied that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
crazy.
I'm allergic to dogs as well. That's why I've got
Yeah.
a poodle, because he's hyperallergenic. But if he licks me, I come up in a
Yeah.
rash.
It's usually just if like dogs lick me, but I've never actually took a reaction to my own dog,
Yeah.
which was quite upsetting.
I wonder if that's linked to that injection that you got. Because so Danielle got this
hay fever injection that you can get once a year or once every 2 years. The pharmacy does it. That I went to go and do it, but some pharmacies do it once a year. And it's meant to help you with like severe hay fever symptoms, and it really has helped my hay fever, but it's supposed to kind of cover all other allergies, and I would say it's helped my cat allergy a wee bit, but now I seem to be getting an allergy for dogs, so
could be related. That would be interesting if it was.
Yeah, wouldn't get another one of that. No, do you know what? I would get another one because my hay fever symptoms are so severe that it's helped so much that I would definitely get another one. So I love the oven cleans. They're so satisfying. When you just wipe it away like that, it's so good.
But not your own oven.
No, not my own oven. I went to clean my own. I've still not done a second clean of it. I went to clean my own oven, and embarrassingly, I'm going to say I've not cleaned it for a while. Was kind of put off when I was pregnant. It was the one thing that really made me feel really unwell. Was the smell of my oven. Like, I couldn't even cook in my oven. So I've kind of put it off for a while, and the bottom of it was so bad that I could not. I had to just do what I could do, and it looks so much better, but it's not perfect. And
progress, not perfection.
It annoys me. And I was going to go back and do a second clean of it, but I haven't. It's one of these things that I'll probably leave it till the next time I clean it. An oven clean is the one thing in my house that I put off.
Oh, it's only one of many in my house that I put off. But
like, I can put off doing a wash for one day, or I would say put in the washing machine, but I like to do that every day. I could maybe put stuff off for like 1 or 2 days, but my oven, I can put that off for months.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you probably should clean more often, though, because you cook food in it. But I mean, the heat that it goes to.
Yeah, and I suppose if people usually cook on trays. I was at a friend's house yesterday, and she cooks the pizza directly on like the what's it called? The rack?
trays, the
the
racks,
grilled
the-
rack.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but she has, and you might want to get one of these. She has like
Oh my
a thing at the bottom of her
yeah,
oven
you can
that
just take
kind
it
of
out. It catches
yeah.
everything. Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
silicone mats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So she has
I
one
need
of them because she obviously used to travel
I
for the
take it
military.
she's never cooked a pizza and it being like a fridge pizza, so just chilled, and it's not heated up fast enough, and it's just kind of dripped through. Because that's happened to me once.
Yeah, well, that's happened to me, which is why I was like horrified to find out doing this. And then as well, I was like, once it's cooked, she puts it back on the cardboard, which is genius because then you save dishes. And it means when you roll it, like roll the pizza cutter, the cardboard, it makes it easier to do it. And I was like, okay, that
is a good idea.
part's genius.
Yes.
But the cooking directly on the rack, I was like, oh, I was so horrified.
Yeah.
She was laughing at me.
Yeah, that would horrify me as well. But I think, yeah, I've done it before, and the pizza has dripped through the rack, and then I was like, okay, time to buy a pizza tray.
Because you can get those circular ones that
Yeah,
have
that's
the
what I've
holes
got.
inside.
Yeah. That's what I cooked my chicken on before I cleaned my oven, because I was like, it'll drip through, it'll make it really satisfying to clean, it'll like make it worse.
So she made it messier just to clean it. I was like, why? Why would you do that?
And it was like sticky, sweet chili Korean chicken wings and stuff that I cooked. So it was like just a big gloopy sticky mess on the bottom of the oven that was all stuck together.
You were definitely regretting your choices at that point.
Yeah, life choices are regretted.
I quite liked watching you cleaning out this microwave though, and you just used the oven cleaner method this time.
Yeah.
And rather than the
what annoyed me is it's stained. I really wanted it to like come up white.
Yeah.
But it's it was actually stained.
But I mean, you can definitely see the difference.
Yeah.
It was a huge difference.
Yeah.
And so we've got all the transformation photos at the end of this video. And I feel like we took more photos this time than what we normally do. There are quite a few at the end. And then you were really looking forward to doing the floor with this scrubby brush. You were like, it's going to come up really good with this brush.
Yeah, I wasn't actually as satisfied as I wanted to be.
So you built it up too much in your head.
Yeah, I really did. Do you know what? I think it's those videos on TikTok just make it so much better.
See, I don't watch the videos on TikTok because I get annoyed at how much product they use. Yeah. But then see, when I'm cleaning the bathroom, you kind of see how much I use, and I'm like, oh, maybe
it doesn't spread so well either, the product, when you're using this. I want to get one of those drill cleaners. Do you know where they're like, so it's like a drill and you've got the round brush on it? Yeah. I want to get one of them next.
So I bought like one of the ones that are made for cleaning. So it's like, it's a battery powered, and you push the button in and it like does all the work for you, but you have to keep a hold. So the one I got, you have to keep a hold of the button.
That's
and like I have really weak wrists.
Could you not get like rubber bands?
No, because the way the button is, you kind of have to like push it up. Yeah, it's hard to describe. Yeah. But to be honest, it was a really cheap one from Temu, so I maybe just need to try a better one than the one that we've got. Also, I would just like to say thank you to everybody for all of the products that we've been sent and for the donations. We got a particularly large donation as well, and we're basically able to buy everything on our wish list once that donation has been released to us. So yeah, we are so appreciative of everybody.
It really does help keep it sustainable to have it free for people that are really in need and that probably can't afford it.
Yeah.
And makes it not come out of our own pocket as well, so it doesn't leave us, what's the word I'm looking for?
In financial difficulty.
Yeah, with being able to sustain this service and, do you know what I mean, reach the people that really need it.
Yeah, because I mean, in this house, we paid for the rubbish removal and that came out of the donations. And then in the next video, or the next house anyway, we bought a lot of organising containers. And again, that came out of donation money. So we definitely are just so appreciative. Oh, so in this cupboard, what was all that?
That was all dirty washing. I think it was all clothes that were lying about, and we just kind of bag up the clothes for the person to get to when they're ready. there was a load in the washing machine and it was on, so she is making progress and steps, but as that most people know in life, washing is never ending, and it's one of those tasks I think most people don't enjoy doing.
Yeah, and I think this was another one of those houses where she doesn't have any storage.
Yeah.
There wasn't a
Yeah.
wardrobe in that bedroom that we're in.
Yeah, I don't feel like she had a lot of stuff either. There wasn't like, so a lot of houses we go to, there's like impulse spending issues or they're buying more than what they need. I seen someone comment and they said that they kept buying cleaning products to try and give them that motivation that maybe if they see it, they'll get round to doing it. There's a lot of that as well. But this woman didn't seem to have any of that going on.
Yeah.
I think that also helped to making the clean easier. With not having so much stuff, it's easier to kind of strip it down to a point where it's easier to clean.
Yeah. So we probably should talk about her story now, since you try to like totally jump the gun and do it in the first 5 seconds.
I always think we do it at the beginning, to be honest.
No, we just kind of say what we're doing in the house, and then later on we're going to say the story. However, in the last video, we realised that at the beginning I said we'll talk more about the lady's story for that house, and then we just talked absolute rubbish all the way through and got to the end of the video and realised we hadn't elaborated on that. But we did cover it in the first video of that. So anyway, in this video, as Danielle previously mentioned, the lady has like severe mental health issues, and she told us that she hadn't really let anybody in the house in months because she was embarrassed. She didn't even like to go into her kitchen because she thought it was that bad, and she has severe back pain, so she said that she has tried to clear up the mess herself, and we've seen the evidence of that in the spare bedroom where all the bags of rubbish had been put, but she just couldn't do very much without being in a lot of pain. And we did see a lot of medications in the house to kind of back up that as well. So yeah, I think just opening the curtains in this bedroom made a big difference.
I enjoyed cleaning the windowsill in this bedroom, but I don't know if I tried to film it on my phone, like holding it, and I didn't actually press play to record it, so I never recorded it, but it was very satisfying.
There was a few things actually that you did in this house that I ended up having to cut out of the footage because the camera was just jumping around too much. It was even making me feel sick. But so you don't see it on the camera, but Danielle really did the deep cleaning in this house. She cleaned door frames, she cleaned light switches, door handles. I don't think you did the skirting boards.
No, I didn't, but I like to do contact points, because in a lot of houses you do notice the build-up of dirt you see on contact points with light switches, door frames and stuff like that, and I like to just do them. I think making sure your contact points are clean is important.
Yeah, because that's how people stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because you're not passing on those germs.
Yeah.
So Danielle did do a lot of that stuff. We just don't have the footage for it. And I really enjoyed hoovering the carpets in this house, but they're really she needs to replace the carpets. Yeah. I mean, there isn't even a carpet in the living room. It's just the bare floorboards. I've noticed in a lot of these houses that we've been going into, actually, they're either needing decorated or they're partway through decorating. Yeah. And it makes me wonder. So obviously when you're just doing general upkeep of your house, as soon as you don't do that for a day or two, it does build up. But if you're working on a big project, I don't know if this is the same for everybody else, but if I'm working on a big project in my house, I'm just focusing on that project. So when my hallway was getting decorated, my housework wasn't getting done. And so if people in these situations are at the point where they're starting to decorate and then everything else starts building up, they maybe just never get back to square one after that. Yeah. So I wonder if the ones that are partially decorated, that's what's kind of triggered the downward spiral. Yeah. And look, another set of ladders to torment me.
You're not getting away from them, are you?
No, literally every single house. Every house.
At least you've got a pair now. Do you know, it's something that I don't actually have. There's ladders.
Well, if you need a set, you can borrow mine.
Yeah.
Might as well make use of them. So yeah, we actually found a needle. That's what Danielle is coming over to investigate there. So we forgot to ask that question again. Luckily, it didn't like stab me or anything. It's a medical butterfly needle,
Yeah, I was about to say it wasn't.
like a drug needle,
Yes, it was definitely used for.
medical purposes.
Yes.
But we didn't know what to do with it because we obviously couldn't put it in the rubbish bags that were, because you have to dispose of sharps correctly. So we just had to kind of leave it there and be like, well,
I think that's
this'll-
something we should maybe take in our kit. We should maybe, because
A
if you go
sharps
into
box?
if you go into a chemist, they'll give you a sharps box for free.
Yeah, we should definitely
supply
look into
them,
that
yeah.
then. Because that's a couple of
'Cause, I
times we've
mean,
come across sharps
We're
and not known
doing
what to do
cleans
with
like
them.
this, and people that are in vulnerable places, there is a chance that that's something that we are gonna come across. So
We just need to make sure we're definitely asking the questions.
yeah.
To keep ourselves safe, because like I say, we didn't in this instance, and then we came across one. So yeah, so we don't do a lot in this living room. It is just we kind of clear the rubbish, and then Danielle was just putting the clothes into the bags at the side there, so that was more clothes, and not just clothes though. There was a lot of bedding, and
do you know what the
like
majority
other fabrics.
The majority of stuff that got put into that cupboard in the kitchen was bedding. Yeah, there was a lot of bedding.
So we do think as well there are other medical issues going on, which we won't elaborate. But yeah, I think that has resulted in there being a lot of bedding. And so in that corner, because you can't really see on camera, but it was like there was boxes of belongings. So it's like she's just never had the storage.
To unpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere for the stuff to go. But I noticed there was a Harry Potter book in there, so I was happy with that. I love Harry Potter.
Just books in general. If you see books, you're like, oh, I need to look.
I know, it just makes my heart happy to see that people have books in their house. And then I was sweeping this floor, but because it's not proper flooring, it's like what's underneath the flooring. I was sweeping it and I was thinking, I'm probably not doing a very good job here because it'll just be going in the cracks.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
sorry.
So then I think I do go over it with the Hoover. I don't think that's on camera. But again, I don't know how much of a difference that would make.
My mum used to have like hardwood flooring in one of the places that we stayed when we were younger. And one of our chores, if it was hoovering, we'd actually have to get the hose of the hoover and go along the cracks to soak up anything, and it was so satisfying when I was younger.
Does it make like that crunch noise that a hoover makes when it gets all those?
Yeah, but all the little bits go up there. Yeah.
Like
and then
that
you'd sometimes just see that crack like being opened up of all the dirt. It was so good.
So now it's just me cleaning the bathroom, and there wasn't a toilet brush. And so I had to use my hands, which creeped me out a little bit. But I have bought toilet brushes now. Once again, thanks to the donations. I bought toilet brushes that are in our kit, and we'll just leave one.
I've just noticed the plunger on the toilet. Is that something that we should have for our kit?
Probably, but also, I don't know. I suppose in the houses where that's been an issue, there has been those plungers. But yeah, we probably should. But at this point, we're going to need a van. All the stuff that we're proposing that we carry around, like
maybe that's what's next.
No, unless you're driving it.
I'll drive it, as long as it's one of those small vans. Do you know what I mean? Not like the big transit one of those, just the small ones. Yeah, drive it.
I mean, my car's pretty much a van. It's quite big. Yeah. So, do you know what I noticed when I was doing this house, and just in the last couple of houses, is that your camera skills are improving and you're remembering to move the camera, and mine seem to be getting worse. The number of times I turn around and I'm like, my butt was just in the camera view the whole time instead of what I was doing.
I definitely am trying to like make sure the viewers are able to get like a clear shot of what I'm doing,
and it's working. You're doing
moving it from section to section just to make sure that. Do you mean you're getting a really good view?
Whereas I'm just really getting into the cleaning now. I'm like getting like pumped up about it, and I'm like just so excited to like do it. And then I'm like, oh no, I forgot to record that, or oh no, my bum's in the way. So my kind of process.
At the start.
I
just wanted to clean.
We're just like swapping out. So my process in this was to spray the Domestos Power Foam, and then like spread the product around and give it a wee scrub with the scrubbing brush. And then I get in there with the, what is it called? The Brillo pad.
Yes.
So we've got a lot of these because we
Yeah.
bought quite like multiple packets from people. And honestly, I think I'm going to take them off of the wish list because I don't like them.
Do you know what? I'm not actually that keen on them either. I like them for like really hard stuff on bunkers or plates, but other than that, I just don't think they're really great. Or like a build up of like soap scum around the bath.
Mhm.
But you actually get ones that they're not metal.
I know
They're
that's
kind of like scrub daddy,
it's like
but
the
they're
knockoff
round.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually think they're better for bathtubs.
Yeah, so that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was going to say. Is so in the past I've only used the knockoff versions of these.
Uh-huh.
And don't get me wrong, I love the built-in soap on these. It's
Yeah.
so satisfying when it gets all foamy and everything. But the actual material of the Brillo pad itself, it's like it disintegrates and leaves
Yeah.
little bits of
Wee
itself
bits
all
of
over.
metal everywhere, yeah.
Yes, and it drives me mental. So I will get through all the ones that we've been bought, and we do appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're not meaning to sound ungrateful. We're
Just
still kind of learning what
working on what
products we
works,
like.
yeah.
So we will use all the product that we've been given, but I think I'm definitely taking it off of the wish list and
Like
sticking
I'm
with the
saying,
knockoff version.
I like them for like really hard stuff on plates
Yeah.
and jumping on bunkers and stuff, but other than that, I think there is better alternatives that could be used.
I think I only added them to the wish list in the first place because remember in that house that we did for the pregnant lady, and I was using that kind of scrubby sponge, and I was like, never again because it's leaving glitter everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, quite a few people suggested the Brillo pads, and so I just googled it and added it to the wish list. But I'd never used it before, so now that I've used it a few times, definitely think it's not for me. But anyway, so the Domestos, the scrubby brush, then going over it with the Brillo pad, and then I just kind of go over it with the damp microfiber cloth to get rid of all those little bits of Brillo pad that have been left on it and all the soap. And then I went over it with a dry microfiber cloth as well, but I think I maybe cut that out because that would be like 4 passes that people would have seen. And then just in the little nooks and crannies, again, I noticed like on the very ends of the taps and in those little holes there was like build up of lime scale. So again, I was just using the Domestos and the little scrubbing brush, and it wasn't perfect when it was finished because I didn't really have time to let the product sit as long as I would have wanted to.
Get a lime scale remover.
That's what the Domestos Power Foam is. It is a lime scale remover. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought it smells good.
No, that is what it's for, and it also smells good. And then after I do the sink, I kind of do the floor underneath it, and it was driving me crazy. I'll talk more about it when I get to that bit next, but yeah, it was so annoying because there was like conditioner on the floor, and so it was just so soapy.
What was the best part of this clean for you?
Oh, for me, yeah, it might have been this sink actually.
What was the worst?
Cleaning the inside of the toilet because I had to do it with just my gloves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'd had a scrubby brush, it would have been fine. But no, that was definitely the worst. Yeah, so see on the floor there, that's like rings of conditioner.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah. So see when I'm doing this now, like there was like loads of gunk on the end of the brush, and you don't see because I cut it out, but I have to keep like cleaning the end of the brush, and like you can kind of see how thick it is there. It was so annoying. And then it didn't matter how many times I passed over with a damp cloth, it was just getting really soapy. So this section took so long to do. And it was
I think conditioner is one of the most annoying things to clean.
Yeah, look. And like but it dries really quickly, so I'm like so in the end I just gave up. But I mean it looked fine when I finished. I was just like spreading the soap around at this point.
So we were asked quite a few questions in our last video, specifically from one viewer.
Honky Tonk Singer. I love the name so much.
Honky Tonk Singer, yeah. A couple of the questions we have already discussed in previous videos. but we are thinking about doing a kind of like get to know us live.
Yeah, like a Q&A.
But one of the questions was what TV shows as a kid, like, did we ever watch? Um,
Like with this type of thing.
yeah. And they mentioned like Kim and Aggie, loved that, and the pairing obsessive cleaners with like really messy people. I loved watching that as well. But there was
See, I didn't like that
no,
show because I always thought that the really obsessive cleaners were really mean to
yeah,
the other
but I
people.
think that's part of their like obsession. I don't think it's mean. I think it just comes off in that because it's like they're so high anxiety.
Yeah.
It comes out as mean.
Well, I think because I probably related more to the
Yeah.
people whose houses were messy.
Like
I was like, you're so
yeah.
judgmental. I don't like this
I was
show.
helping one of my friends who's a messy person, like unpack and tidy her house. And at one point, I actually went over and cuddled her, and I was like, "I love you. Like, I know I'm a lot, but I love you." Because it is, it's very like, because you're like your anxiety is kind of heightened, and you're like, right, okay, let's tackle this. And it's like, how do we get this? Put this here, put that there. Do you need this? If you don't need this, if you haven't used it, it's going in the bin. Like,
Yeah.
it's very like, what's the word?
Stress inducing.
Yeah. So I see it as not kind of mean, it's just like that's part of them and who they are. Or maybe
Okay.
I'm just saying that because I
'Cause
want
you're more
myself
like
to
it.
feel better.
But no, because I think you're not mean though. Like when I say they're mean,
Yeah.
I mean the way that they speak to the people in the
Yeah.
homes. Like I understand, like they have their like OCD
Yeah.
and their.
Do you think it was ever scripted though? And did they tell
I
them
think they.
like lay it on thick so to make it more entertaining?
I think it's likely that they
Yeah.
kept those bits in and cut out the more compassionate bits for entertainment
Yeah.
purposes. But I still couldn't like. Don't get me wrong, they were helping and they also recognized that they were too much and it helped them as well. Just like I think doing these cleanings is helping you relax a little bit and it's helping me to um get better at cleaning.
Yeah.
But I think in that particular show, I feel like those people who got the help probably aren't going to benefit long term because all that's going to happen is that they're going to feel like pressure when that was happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just side note, I do actually think doing cleans like this is helping me relax when it comes to like my house being organised because my bathroom cupboard has towels in it that aren't folded correctly and I've left them for about 3 days.
But the fact that that's even still like playing in your mind.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
But that's good.
But
Well
I have just
done.
left them and been like, you know what, they're folded, they're where they need to be, it doesn't matter that they're not perfect, it's done.
That's really good.
So that it's helped me a little bit.
Yeah, so shows. What other shows did you watch?
Do you know what? I didn't really watch a lot of the cleaning ones. Me and my mum we used to watch Grand Designs.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that.
I still love that and just watching what people can do and the ideas that they come up with perfect homes that they want to live in. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
There was another like a kids one. And it
So-
was like the kids, I don't know if it was on a kids like TV
CITV
channel.
maybe.
Yeah. And the kids got to like redecorate a room in their parents' house.
So I remember. So we were talking about this before when we first read that comment, and I know exactly what show you're on about because there's one episode.
Yeah, one of the episodes was they made their parents' living room into
I think
a
it was their
literal
bedroom.
hamster cage. Well, maybe bedroom, and it had like a giant hamster wheel and everything. It was just so.
And on the walls, the wallpaper was like giant pictures of their faces looking in
into
the
the
bars.
cage.
Yeah. Just what you want to see when you're having intimate time with your.
Yeah, there was that program as well, but I can't remember what that was called. But it was basically like the kids got to control a room in their parents' house, and it was always just mad, crazy designs that these people would help these kids follow through, and then the parents would be brought in and see the end result. And
So if anybody can tell us the name of that show, because we both can't remember, but we both remember that one episode. It really sticks in your head.
What about you?
Yeah, I've watched not so much the cleaning channels, because even that one that you were talking about with the obsessive compulsive disorders and the hoarders, I actually only found that on YouTube in the last few years, so I never
Did
watched
you
it
ever
when
watch
it was
Kim and
on
Aggie?
telly. No, don't know who Kim and Aggie
Do
are.
you don't know who Kim and Aggie are?
Thought she was
my
gonna hit me there.
God, we're gonna have to watch an episode of Kim and Aggie.
But I did watch a lot of like Homes Under the Hammer and 60-second makeover, grand designs, all of the like decorating, big transformations in short periods of time. Yeah, I love interior design. Like, I don't actually physically like decorating, but I love the planning, I love the results. Like, I love interior design. I've watched like there was a show on Netflix, and it was, what was it called? It was to do with architecture, and there was a man and a woman, and they would both offer a design to the family, and the family would choose the design.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What was it called? Like Your Home Made Perfect or something like that, maybe? Or maybe that's a different one. Anyway, any of the like interior design and transformation, like buying like homes that are run down and then building up, I love all of that. And then in terms of cleaning, it is just YouTube. Like, I just watch so much cleaning channels on YouTube, and like even before all the channels started with like cleaning homes for free, like Ari and Mac and stuff. Before I was watching them, I was watching like Living with Cambria and like Emily Norris and the Wads, all those channels where they're just cleaning their own homes, and I'm just watching them clean, because I think one of the questions that Honky Tonk Singer asked us was, how did you learn to clean? Who taught you to clean? And I was never taught how to clean. So anything that I know is from learning on my own, from watching YouTube channels, from trial and error. And I probably still do a lot of things wrong, but it works, so I do it.
My mum taught me to clean. I don't know if we went over that in the last one. My mum taught me to clean, and I maybe hated it as a kid, and I always felt like we were given far too much tasks. But as an adult, I'm so grateful that, do you mean we were taught like that, because I now know what to do in my own home.
Yeah.
Keep my home tidy and organised.
See, I was never taught what to do, but I was told what to do. So I was told that I had to do the washing, or I had to do the dishes, or had to like clean the floors, but I was never shown how. I was just told, go and do that.
See, I think we were maybe shown like once or twice, and then it was like, well, we know how to do it.
So like my
daughter
never
really done much properly. We were kids, but
yeah,
I think that was a kid thing.
So my daughter Madison, she gets really overwhelmed if I tell her, go and tidy your bedroom. So I have to break it down into steps for her and be like, okay, go and put away any clean clothes, bring down any dirty clothes, go and remove any rubbish and make your bed. And I have to break it right down into steps. And then once she kind of gets to that point, I'll go in and help her with like decluttering and going through stuff, because if I just say go and tidy your room, she can't do it. She'll just sit there and cry.
Like, see, if I give him my bin bag and I tell him like, go and declutter your room, he's great at that. But see, if I say to him like, go and tidy your room, he'll be like, right, my room's tidy. I walk through and there'll be like still rubbish on the floor.
So that's
like,
Arthur.
like sweetie wrappers. There'll be like an empty glass on his side table, or and I'm like, what's tidy? You've made your bed.
So I actually did like a house refresh today, and had the kids all tidy their rooms, and so obviously I gave Madison those step by steps, and Arthur went in, and I had so he does a lot of arts and crafts, and I had specifically said like, make sure there's no paper lying around on your floor around your desk. And I went in, and there was stuff under his bed, and there was paper all around his desk, and I was like, you've not tidied. He was like, oh no, I'm letting that paper build up and then I'll remove it. I'm like, no, Arthur, put it away.
See, Cameron's got a lot of stuff in a small room, and then he's also got like the couch in his room as well, and he's like, Mum, when can we move this couch? I'm like, when we move house. So I did feel bad for him for that.
So we have a couple of minutes left on the video. We have spoken about what we've been doing and what cleaning products we've used and how we were feeling on the day.
Had a wee bit chit chat.
Yeah, we've had a wee bit chit chat and spoken about TV shows and our kids. And yeah, so the transformation photos are coming up. So this is just kind of a little reminder that we have the ASMR video releasing tomorrow. Once it does release, I'll link it in this description as well, because some people don't see this video today. They might watch it like next week or whenever. And so yeah, so here's the photos. If you like this kind of content, obviously please like, subscribe, comment, all the usual stuff. we love doing this. We want to keep doing this, and we can do it with your support. So thank you very much.
And if you're a return viewer, we appreciate that you're still here, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.